Hey friends, welcome back to Belleville. I'm Jstar, and today I'm going to show you how I make this beautiful little tree. Here's the parts you'll need, and basically it's dinosaur tails and the tusk pieces and some 1x1 rounds and some of those converter studs and one jumper plate. So what I do is put the 1x1 rounds on the end of the dinosaur tails, and I'm putting 1-on-1, 2-on-1, and 3-on-1 to give the individual tree trunks a little bit different height. There I go, big man hands. And then on the end of each one, we're doing a stud to pin converter, a little 1x1 stud to pin converter, and that's how you'll attach it to the base plate. And so now you'll attach your tusk parts to the tops of the tail parts in a kind of S formation, and these can be moved around so the trees are fairly organic. And then on the bottom of one, you're going to take that 1x2 jumper, and I put it on the shortest one. So you'll put it on the plate like that, and then the two others on the plate like that. So basically it's inside a 2x2 square area. And again, man hands. By the way, my hands are all cut up because I've been doing actual gardening, and I have a little bit of poison ivy on my wrist. So now we're going to do the leaves, and here's the parts you need. And basically I just do a mix of colors for these. You're going to take your big branch piece, and I put a leaf on each big stud thing, and then two more at the top. And again, just randomly place the colors. And two here at the top, and that's what I call the top. And then you're going to have one in that center piece. And actually on a couple of them, you're not going to have the centerpiece, but I'll show you that later. And then just fill in your gaps on these smaller ones with these little 4-petal clover pieces, just to give it a little variation. And we are going to end up making 3 sets of these, 3 of the big ones and 3 of the small ones. And these do actually end up being more sturdy than I'm making it appear. I don't know what's up today, but I am not able to keep the pieces together, but they are pretty sturdy once they're built. So now we're going to make a smaller one, and basically you're going to put a leaf on each end and a leaf on each side, and I swap the sides, like basically one on the top, one on the bottom, and then you put the little clover piece on the opposite side. It just gives a little bit of variegated effect. And there's 2 finished leafy branch pieces, and like I said, we're going to need 3 of each for this tree. And now to assemble the tree, I'm going to add these 1x1 cone pieces, one to the center of a big branch and a small branch and another big branch. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble this so that it's one has a small branch on the trunk part, and then the cone part, and then a big leafy branch. And again, I am just being very klutzy, but they are fairly strong once you get it all assembled if you don't knock them with your man hands. So I put 2 large branch pieces on the trunks and 1 small branch piece, and then you'll have the 1x1 cone piece, and then on the small piece you add another big branch piece, and on the big branch pieces you add the small branch piece, and that just kind of fills out your tree and gives it lots of nice foliage. And with the angles of those tusk and tail pieces, you actually have the ability to adjust the tree and kind of fiddle with the foliage a bit, and you can move the branches as well. Now, one thing that I like to do is add a planter around each of my city trees. This one I'm making with 1x2 masonry bricks and 1x1 round bricks. And then I'm going to finish off the top edge with the little 1x2 corner tiles. And the planter actually gives a little more stability to those 3 trunks coming out of your base plate, so it helps it hold together a little bit better. As I put the last tile on, I really like the look of this tree. It's a little bit like the Birch Book's tree, and they're kind of like a Crepe Myrtle. So now we're going to put it in the city, and I've decided to put it in the middle of this little food court park for now. And I just think it adds a lot of life there. You can have somebody, strolling musician underneath. Greenery really always livens up a space in your city, especially mine being all black and white. The green, the touch of the green really brings it to life. Now, to make this tree look a little more organic, we can add these little trunk pieces here to it to give it a little more wiggle. So basically I'm taking apart the shortest of the 3 trunks and I'm removing the 1x2 jumper plate. So just attach this trunk piece to the tail piece and then add your little leafy branch piece. And then on top of that, through that little hole, we're going to add, sorry, I am really fumbling with this. We're going to add the tusk piece to that and then your big branch piece on the very top. And now you can see that that tree trunk piece has a nice curve to it. And with that curved trunk piece in the middle of the trunk, you have basically 3 angles in which to position your tree so you can really play with it and give it some dimension. And with this other little trunk piece, I'm going to put a 1x1 round stud and then a leaf and a little clover piece on top. And then I'm just going to pop that down into that 4th little hole there. So it's kind of like a little sprouting root. And as I said, you can maneuver those trunk pieces and tusk pieces around and give it kind of a different shape, figure out where you want the leaves placed. But I like the way those branches spread out now, sort of like a bonsai tree. So you can make the more manicured version or this more free-flowy version. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave me comments. I love to hear from you. From Belleville, this is Jstar saying, keep creating. Have a great day.